Have you ever sat in your favorite chair, stared out the window and wondered how life moved on without asking you first? Maybe the house feels quieter now, or maybe the days feel longer but emptier. You find yourself remembering a voice, a laugh, a presence that once filled your world. And now it's just stillness. Loss is something no one prepares us for. Not really. And when it happens later in life, it hits differently. Friends may mean well, saying, stay strong, or time heals everything, but they're not. The ones sitting alone at the dinner table, missing a hand they used to hold. They don't hear the silence in the middle of the night, or wake up hoping it was all a dream. But here's something I want you to know. Something truly important. Grief doesn't mean you're broken. It means you loved deeply. And just as we once learned how to love, we can also learn how to carry the pain without letting it carry us away. Today, we're going to talk about something most people shy away from: healing after loss. Not the quick fix kind of healing, not the move on kind either. I mean real, gentle, day-by-day healing that meets you exactly where you are. This video is especially for those of us over 60 who have weathered life's biggest storms. Whether you've lost a partner, a sibling, a lifelong friend, or even a piece of yourself, this space is for you. Together, we'll walk through 5 powerful healing practices that don't just help us survive grief, they help us grow from it. We won't rush, we won't pretend it's easy, but we will move forward, slowly, kindly. One breath, one memory, one step at a time. Let's start right here, with something simple, but not always easy. Letting yourself feel. When we lose someone close, the world often tries to rush us past our pain. Don't cry, they say, be strong. But the truth is, strength isn't about hiding your grief. It's about giving yourself permission to feel it. Every tear, every ache in your chest, every wave of sorrow is a sign of your humanity, not your weakness. If you feel like crying, cry. If you feel like sitting in silence, do that too. Grief is personal. There's no right way to do it, no finish line to cross. Some days will be heavier than others, and some moments, like hearing an old song or smelling a familiar scent, might catch you off guard. Let them. There's healing power in simply acknowledging your emotions without judging them. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to feel lonely. And yes, you're allowed to feel okay some days too. Let your heart be honest with itself. Sometimes writing helps. A simple journal entry, just a few lines about how you feel, can give your emotions a voice when they're too big to speak. Some people write letters to the one they lost. It might sound strange, but it's a gentle way of continuing the connection, easing the ache with each word. And don't worry about what others think. This is your journey, not theirs. Now, as you allow yourself to feel, there's something else that can begin to make a quiet difference. Routine. Grief often turns our world upside down. Suddenly, meals don't matter. Days blur together. You might find yourself waking up at odd hours or skipping breakfast altogether, but routine is not about being robotic. It's about creating anchors, small daily rituals that gently remind your body and mind that life, while changed, is still here. Try starting with one simple thing. Make your bed every morning. It's a small act, but it sets the tone for your day. Or perhaps a short morning walk. Even 10 minutes around your garden or down the street can stir your energy and lift your spirits. You might not feel like doing it, but do it anyway. Let it be your quiet promise to yourself. Meal times matter too. Even if it's just you now, sit at the table, light a candle, play a bit of soft music. Treat yourself as you would treat a dear friend, because you are deserving of care. And don't forget about sleep. Loss can mess with our rest. If nights are hard, try a calming evening routine, maybe reading, soft instrumental music, or a warm cup of chamomile tea. These little things won't erase grief, but they gently remind your system that you are safe, that life is still holding you. As your days take a gentle shape, another powerful practice begins to bloom: connection. You might be thinking, I don't want to talk to anyone. And that's okay. Connection doesn't always mean deep conversation or crowded rooms. Sometimes it's as simple as sitting with a neighbor over tea, calling an old friend, or even joining a small community group at your local center, even just once a week. Loss can make us withdraw, and while solitude has its place, isolation can deepen sorrow. So allow space for others. Kind people who don't expect you to be cheerful but who show up anyway. People who can sit with you in silence if that's all you need. And yes, even virtual connection counts. There are online grief support groups specifically for seniors, places where people share their stories, their pain, their healing. You may not say much at first, but listening to others can remind you, you're not alone in this. Even pets offer a beautiful kind of companionship. If you have a dog, cat, or even birds outside your window, let them be part of your healing rhythm. They remind us of life's gentle presence. Now that we've gently opened the door to feeling, routine, and connection, we can now take another step forward, softly and patiently, by rediscovering purpose. When we experience deep loss, it can feel like our reason for waking up each day has disappeared. Especially later in life, after decades of companionship or caregiving, suddenly finding ourselves without that role or presence can leave us feeling adrift. But purpose doesn't have to be grand or loud. It can be quiet, personal, and deeply healing. Ask yourself this gently. What gives me a small sense of meaning today? It doesn't have to be tomorrow, just today. Maybe it's tending to your plants, folding laundry with care, or writing down old memories for your grandchildren. Maybe it's sharing a story with someone younger, or helping at your local library once a week. The act doesn't have to be big. It just has to matter to you. Purpose can also come from honoring your loved one in ways that carry their memory forward. Some people start a small ritual, lighting a candle each evening, planting a tree in their honor, or even creating a small scrapbook with pictures and favorite moments. These acts don't erase the loss, but they transform the pain into something meaningful, something rooted in love. And if you ever feel you've lost your way, completely know this. Just by waking up, breathing through the day, and trying again tomorrow, you're already living with purpose. You're still here. And that alone is powerful. As we speak about purpose, we're naturally led to something many of us carry silently but deeply: faith and spiritual connection. You don't have to be religious to feel the pull of something greater. For some, it's God. For others, it's the universe, nature, or a deep inner knowing that life is connected in ways we can't fully explain. Whatever your belief may be, now is a gentle time to lean into it. Spiritual connection doesn't always mean prayer or scripture, although those can be comforting. Sometimes it means sitting quietly under the sky, noticing the sunlight on your face, or simply placing your hand on your heart and remembering love doesn't disappear. It changes form. If you belong to a faith community, don't be afraid to reconnect. Attend a gathering, speak with a pastor or elder, or just sit quietly in a place of worship. Even if you don't speak a word, being in a space where comfort and belief dwell can ease the heaviness in your chest. If organized religion doesn't speak to you, create your own sacred space. Maybe it's a corner in your home with candles, photos and items that remind you of peace. Or maybe it's a journal where you write letters to the person you miss, believing somehow they still hear you. There's something incredibly healing about feeling part of something larger than your pain, something timeless, something sacred. It reminds us that while we may feel lost, we are never truly alone. As this part of our journey continues, remember to be gentle with yourself. Healing is not a straight path. It bends, it doubles back, it pauses. Some days it might feel like you're standing still. Other days a memory might suddenly bring a smile instead of a tear. That shift, however small, is growth. That growth we just spoke of, even the tiniest bit of it, leads us to one final practice that quietly weaves everything together: self-compassion. If you're anything like many older adults I've spoken to, you may hold yourself to high standards, even in grief. You might say things like, "I should be over this by now," or "Others have it worse, I should be stronger." But grief doesn't respond to timelines, and healing doesn't follow a script. The truth is, being kind to yourself is one of the most important things you can do. Self-compassion means talking to yourself like you would talk to someone you love. Imagine if a dear friend came to you, heartbroken and tired. Would you rush them? Would you tell them to stop feeling? Of course not. You'd listen, you'd sit with them. You'd offer warmth, not judgment, so offer the same to yourself. Start small. When you wake up, place your hand on your chest and say softly, "I'm doing the best I can today." If you feel overwhelmed, whisper to yourself, "It's okay to feel this. I'm allowed to be human." These words are not empty. They are medicine for a grieving heart. On the days when you feel heavy or lost, do something kind just for you. Make your favorite meal. Wrap yourself in a warm blanket and watch a comforting old movie. Sit in the sun for 5 minutes. These moments matter. They tell your soul you're still loved, even by yourself. And here's something else. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That too is an act of compassion. Whether it's a therapist, a support group, or simply a trusted friend or family member, reaching out isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's okay to need others. It's okay to lean. Healing doesn't mean going it alone. It means allowing yourself to be held, supported, and understood. And eventually, maybe not today and maybe not fully tomorrow, you begin to notice tiny changes. A laugh that feels genuine, a moment of peace, a sudden craving for something you used to enjoy. These are signs that your heart, though bruised, is still beating with purpose. Let's take a breath together right now. Inhale slowly and exhale. You are here. You are trying. And that is beautiful. So just to gently bring all of this together, grieving is not a weakness. It is a reflection of your love, your history, your humanity. And through that grief, you are capable of growing into new strength, new softness, and new ways of living. You've given yourself permission to feel. You've rebuilt small routines to carry you through. You've reached out and made space for connection, even when it was hard. You've opened to purpose again and touched something deeper through spiritual reflection. And you've remembered to treat yourself with the kindness you truly deserve. It's not about forgetting. It's not about moving on. It's about moving with the memory, growing through the pain and becoming someone even wiser, even more tender than before. If something in this video spoke to your heart, I hope you'll share it in the comments. Your story might comfort someone else walking a similar road. And if you found these words helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. We're building a gentle space here for healing, for growing, and for living fully at every age. You are not alone. And even in the quietest moments, your life still holds meaning. Here's to honoring what was, embracing what is, and gently reaching for what can be. You are strong, you are loved, and your journey is far from over. Here's to living your best life, with wisdom, courage, and an open heart at any age. So today, if something touched your heart, if a tear welled up, or a memory stirred quietly inside you, know this. Those feelings are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you are still alive with love. A heart that has lost deeply is also a heart that knows how to live deeply. And if at any point during this journey you thought to yourself, "Yes, that's how I feel," then know, you are not alone. We're walking this path together, side by side, soul by soul, slowly, gently, honestly. There is no rush, no finish line, just soft footsteps towards something lighter, something more peaceful. And if this moment gave you comfort, or even just a little pause from the ache, let that be a quiet seed. Let it grow into something beautiful, for yourself, and maybe even for someone else who needs it. Share this space with someone who understands, or with someone who doesn't, but wants to. Let this message be a candle passed hand to hand, heart to heart. Be part of this gentle unfolding, the soft return to hope, the quiet rebellion against silence. Join us, not just by clicking, but by feeling, by remembering, by healing, but in your own time, your own way. This is the elderly paradox, where age carries wisdom, loss carries depth, and grief slowly turns into grace. Let's keep walking, together. I am getting silence, but the music will carry on. It captures the very heart of this script, the quiet after loss, yet the gentle rhythm of life that still hums beneath it. This entire message was crafted to hold the hand of anyone who has loved deeply and lost dearly. It doesn't promise quick fixes or false smiles. It offers something real, the courage to feel, the strength to soften, and the beauty of continuing on, even with a quieter step. In that silence, grief speaks. But so does healing. And like a soft melody that doesn't fade but changes tune, your life is still singing, differently but meaningfully.